And good evening. I'm News 3's Eric Franke. First at 10, a story only on News 3, deciding when to take DNA samples from those under arrest and when to put them in a database accessible to investigators. The night team's David Douglas is in the news center with the story tonight. David?
Eric, under current Wisconsin law, DNA swabs are taken upon felony conviction, but a proposed law could have Wisconsin joining 21 other states that take that sample at the time of arrest.
DNA is essentially right now a modern-day fingerprint.
Reading those modern-day prints takes more than a magnifying glass, but skill, time, and this machine at the state crime lab.
We take fingerprints right at booking. I don't know why we can't take DNA.
Madison Police Chief Noble Ray.
The interesting thing about DNA is that it has cut both ways.
Advocates proposed legislation to take DNA samples at the time of felony arrests.
We've seen where DNA, such as used with the Innocence Project, has really freed people that were wrongly convicted.
It's really a fairly complicated question.
Keith Finley is co-director of the Wisconsin Innocence Project, and while he nor the group have any official opinion, he believes before any bill becomes law, there are a lot of questions.
Innocent people frequently are arrested, and so there's no more reason to have their DNA in the data bank than yours or mine or anyone else who's not committed any crime.
Finley also questions whether speculation could lead to more arrests just to get a person's DNA, or if certain groups might be marginalized.
That's not to say an individual police officer might do that, but the risk is there, so we have to be very careful about that.
No matter what we do, we have to monitor and manage what we're doing as it relates to any criminal justice process.
The chief wants to be clear. He understands the concerns and the critics. He also knows in this case, science is on his side.
DNA is critical in terms of helping keep the community safe, being able to apprehend people that have committed a crime.
And the chief tells me in his years of experience, most criminals graduate up the scale, first committing low-level crimes before serious trouble really starts. So while this is being debated, he thinks it's at least worth the idea of talking about taking samples from misdemeanors at the time of arrest. So something like that could help curtail someone who falls into a life of crime.
All right, Dave. Question is, can the crime lab handle an influx of cases if it passes? Because the backup, of course, has been well documented.
Well, you know, Eric, we tried to get that question answered today, but we weren't able to get an interview. But critics and even Finley raised that question. In California, specifically, we checked, has a massive backlog. And it does have a similar law. And some sources say that huge backlog really took off when that law went into effect.
The night team's David Douglas live in our news center tonight. David, thank you.